Good afternoon. Welcome back to Maverick Baking and welcome back to another chocolate review. It's been a few weeks since we've gotten our teeth into something new, so today we're getting our teeth into something that is allegedly new, but it's essentially just the combination of two products that already exist, which is very much kind of the theme of all things edible in like 2024 or 2025 and hopefully not 2026, but here we are. You could argue that it's December, therefore everything we purchase is steeped in nostalgia, or you could argue that this is just a quick way to make some money on two already guaranteed successful products. Today we're going to find out. To be more specific, folks, today we are talking about Ritter Sport and Smarties collaboration. We have one with milk chocolate and one with white chocolate, both with Smarties, unsurprisingly. So I think we're going to start off by trying the milk chocolate version. So this is, unsurprisingly, a milk chocolate with 15% Smarties inside. Smarties, for the kind of uninitiated, or if it's been a long time since you had any, is a very kind of entry-level, super cheap sweet milk chocolate with a hard sugar-coated shell. Me personally, I think they are superior to M&Ms when discussing the regular M&Ms. When discussing crispy or peanut M&Ms, no one can say a word against them. And I guess part of my question with this product is kind of who it's for, because the packaging doesn't scream children. You know, it's colourful, yes, but it's still somewhat classic. It's still somewhat grown up, you know? So we open up and we can see almost nothing opening up. You can see there's a few kind of little bumps and ridges on the other side, and there's just a hint of colour poking through from the actual squares of milk chocolate. The smell is giving something better than Nestle quality chocolate, let's say. Snapping into it, again, there isn't anything really poking through from the actual squares of chocolate to suggest that there's going to be a significant amount of Smarties in here. 15%, mind you. Let's see how it is. Already, should have considered this, but these are the mini Smarties, not actual Smartie size, which, fair enough for a kind of sugar shell to chocolate ratio, but in a word, We're talking about a very basic mass market, supermarket quality chocolate. What do I mean by that? I mean, it's milky, it's very sweet, has a very mild cocoa flavour, if any. That's it, basically. One strip is already very sweet. It's cloying. You can feel it in every part of your mouth. You can feel it on your teeth, you know, in the same way that you would do with a Cadbury's bar with Galaxy. If that's what you're looking for, fine. You know, this isn't a bar designed to be eaten all in one sitting. As for the Smarties, they are almost entirely undetectable in this bar. You get the crunchy sugar shells, obviously, and you get just the faintest taste of Smarties in there, but it is completely, obviously, enveloped in chocolate, which has a much stronger milk and sugar flavouring. There's a million ingredients inside. You obviously have all the colourings and things like that, which add a bit more than usual, and lots of different forms of milk in there too. You know, you don't just have the kind of milk powder, but there's also kind of dehydrated butter and things like that in here. You know, all in all, it doesn't taste bad, simply said. It's very milky, it's very sweet. If you're a Smarties fan and you're looking for that real kind of crunch and typical sugar shell flavour, it's very much missing in here. If you're a fan of basic, kind of easy to eat milk chocolate, this is for you. Like I say, not unpleasant by any means. I don't know who it's for. I don't know what brought these two companies together. Ritter Sport chocolate typically has a much better eating quality than Nestle. Nestle chocolate tends to have a tragic texture, so in that sense, almost feels like Ritter Sport is being dragged down, even if they have the same parent company, which they probably do. I don't know, it feels like, you know, you've put Maltesers in a bar of Lindt chocolate. There's just, you know, even if there's some connection, the branding doesn't really gel, I don't think. So for that reason, I would give this an absolute middle of the road 3 out of 5. Will I finish it? Yeah. Will I pick it up again? No, never. Shall we move on to the white chocolate version to see if this makes any difference? Now, in my head, for some reason, when I picked this up, the inside was going to be white Smarties, which do exist, I believe. But I'm guessing these are going to be regular Smarties, as in like the milk chocolate or just the regular plain chocolate Smarties with white chocolate as the kind of thing holding them all together. This one, as you can imagine, contains even more sugar. But I imagine the sweetness won't be too dissimilar, seeing as we're talking a difference of about 3 grams per 100 grams. But let's get into this one and see how it is. I think this one might deliver more on the Smarties flavour, or at least it might provide kind of more contrast, just simply because we're dealing with two different things. It's also much, much prettier. Look at that. This is what we wanted. In the back, again, you can see almost nothing, but on the front, you can see all of those little kind of coloured pebbles of sugar and chocolate poking through. It's fun. It looks like a clown's trousers. It smells overwhelmingly of vanilla and white chocolate, very kind of Milky Bar style. And in here, again, you can see a little kind of sneaky preview of those mini Smarties in there. But let's see how it tastes. That thing I said before about my perceived likelihood of there being more of a contrast, more of a detectable Smarties flavour in this, absolutely not the case. Imagine Milky Bar white chocolate, Cadbury Dream white chocolate, that kind of, again, supermarket quality, chalky, super milky, like you can almost feel the milk powder, sugar coated experience. That's what this is. It tastes like milk powder and sugar. The Smarties are even less present. There's no contrast whatsoever in the flavour between whichever chocolate is contained within the Smarties, you know, whether it's milk or plain, whatever you want to call it, and the white chocolate on the outside. It all just tastes like sweet, vanilla-y, milky sugar. And again, I repeat, if that's what you're into, if you love white chocolate, I do love white chocolate. That's fine. There's nothing distinctly Ritter about it. There's definitely nothing distinctly Smarties about it. And I think you're dragging down the quality of what was already, you know, a very basic white chocolate by adding the Smarties product in there and adding Nestle chocolate to anything, really. So, almost an identical experience, really. Just a difference of whether you like your chocolate super, super milky and sweet or slightly less milky and sweet. This is another very middle of the road 3 out of 5, in the sense that, yes, I'll finish it. Will I buy it again? Absolutely not. Would I recommend you to buy it? No, unless you're a big fan of almost nearly tasting some Smarties, then in that case, it's a 10 out of 10. But truly a very, very mid collaboration here, folks. Neither is gaining anything from the other. They're two brands that I don't see much crossover with. I don't know who the target market is. I don't know why they decided to release it at this time of year or why they've made it limited edition. I don't know. Ritter Sport have some fantastic, more festive products on the go. Smarties also have festive variations. They usually do like the orange flavoured ones and stuff like that at Christmas. You know, they're in the selection boxes. They have the big gift tubes. Who this is for, no idea. Wouldn't recommend, but it's not going to ruin your day either, I wouldn't say. So that's how middle of the road we're talking, folks. If you have tried these or if you're interested in trying them, do let me know your thoughts in the comments. Is this a collaboration that anyone asked for, or is this just clearly a little kind of collective cash grab? But I'm afraid that is all I have time for today, folks. Thank you as always for watching, and I will see you for the next one.